And there's the bounce. And it favours Stephen Murphy for Wodonga, who gets the tap out, but it's Corowa Glen through Kingston who'll get the first kick in, and the mark taken at centre half back by Garvey for Wodonga. Garvey looking for options further afield. Kicks to centre wing. Pack forms. No mark taken. Comes to ground. Murphy breaks away with the ball. Kicks to centre half forward. No mark taken for Wodonga, but it's hit out to Darren Turner. Turner with a chance. Gets out to Smith. Smith turns around onto his right foot. Oh, bad kick. Gives a chance for Forge. Forge out to Mackenzie. Mackenzie drives out onto the wing. Looking for the play in there, and that's Damien Dalglish. Dalglish got a bit of room to run. He will do so. Centres the ball to centre half forward. Oh, good punch from behind by Houlihan. Murphy's there. Punches on as well. Out to the wing now. Giray with a chance. Mark Giray, but it's Turner who intercepts. Finally, it's out to O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue out to Dickens. Dickens with a chance to put the Roos right into attack. Kicks to full forward. Who's there? Wayman's there, but he can't take the grab. And the mark taken by David Turner in the last line of defence for the Bulldogs.
Matt, just picking up the interchange players. Corowa Glen have got young Lavis and Paladisky on the interchange, whereas Wodonga, a surprise move, have got Cox and McElvey. But there's a few matchups already. Wayman, before they bounce the ball, appeared to hit the deck, and it's been a very good opening here at the Lavin Sports Club Oval.
Well, Murph, Wodonga certainly got the wind advantage, as was seen in the reserves.
I'd say 5 goals at this stage, although we noticed that the wind has started to subside a little bit now, Gavin, but gee, from the reserves point of view, it was probably at least 5-goal breeze.
Bartlett now into the forward line. Oh, and a good grab there taken by Murphy. No mark has been paid.
Well, everybody's getting into the action here. This usually happens in the opening stages of the grand final. We've seen this happen, and here's the players coming from everywhere. I think Wayman's kicked the goal. Has he not?
He has.
Number 25 for Corowa Glen, Travis Wayman. They're all fighting and scrambling on the ground, but some of the players decided to get on with it, and Travis Wayman saw the opening and was able to kick the opening goal for the Corowa Glen side. As you can see, there's still players fighting here. We've seen this before, Merv. We've seen this happen before.
Great move by the umpires. They're bringing the ball back to the centre. They will bounce the ball while this is on. And look at the players coming back in a hurry now.
Well, that was a good move before too, I think, to keep the play continuing. And Wayman took full advantage to kick the goal.
Yes, well, Wayman was named on interchange, but...
He's topping a bit of treatment, Wayman. I don't know whether this is a wise move by Wodonga, because Corowa are going into attack again now.
Okay, and this is Kingston, who had the ball there, got it across to Barkley, and Barkley's got a lead from Houlihan, just couldn't take the grab there by Houlihan, and it's been forced out, and the boundary will throw it in. So a good opening by Corowa against the wind, who got the opening goal, and there was certainly plenty of action there down in the Corowa forward line. Big Murphy now in ruck with Rod Lyon. Murphy gets the knockout. It comes to the Wodonga player, but he couldn't do anything with it. But a free has been paid here to the Wodonga player in 35, Darren Turner. So Darren Turner's picked up the kick here for the Wodonga side. He's looking for a lead here by Bernie Crothers. It comes out to centre wing, but will be forced out. So it's Corowa Glen 1 goal to Wodonga yet to score on the opening minutes of the 1992 grand final here at Lavington.
Yeah, certainly a very physical opening, as we see the throw in there. Murphy against Lane. Lane gets the tap. But it comes down to Vin Glass. Oh, well smothered by Paul Bartlett, and over the boundary line once again. Well, Wodonga lost the last grand final they played here against Yarrawonga, and they'll be certainly keen to make amends today. There's the throw in. No one wins the tap. Glass comes through, trying to win possession. Turns out onto Smith.
Very active, Vinnie Glass at this stage, Matthew. He's in the thick of things and is giving Wodonga a fair bit of drive.
It certainly is, and certainly an improved player, a bit of a fringe player over the last couple of years, but really come to the fore this year in the centre of the ground. Spencer to take the mark in the middle of the ground for Corowa Glen. Dasher Spencer got plenty of toe. Kicks to the forward flank. Dalglish is out there for Corowa Glen, but the ball is smothered off the boot by David Turner, who's also been in the action this quarter, and he'll take it over the boundary line, where it looks like boundary umpire Jeff Curtis will effect the throw-in. Gafu knocks the ball down. Mad scramble as everyone throws themselves in on the ball. The umpire's picked out a free kick, and it's going to go to Graham Cordy, the centre half back. Cordy struggled with injury this year, but certainly on his day, one of the top defenders in the O&M. Kicks to centre wing. They fly, but it's the mark taken from behind by Dennis Sandrell. Sandrell into the middle of the ground looking for Giray.
Great option there, great option.
A well-placed
actually,
kick.
Corowa are doing a very, very good job. As I said, this breeze is probably a 5-goal breeze, and they're doing all the attacking at the moment, although they're not converting.
Certainly are.
Okay, well, there's Nugent clearing the ball for the Wodonga side. Here's a chance for the Bulldogs now. They certainly need to use this wind advantage, but Corowa is defending quite well at this moment. And this is number 7, Mark O'Donoghue, who's been a star for them, of course, was a runner-up in the middle. His kick goes out here to Bartlett. Bartlett's been caught, and the free kick will definitely go to the Wodonga side in Vinnie Glass. So Vin Glass will pick up the free, and no doubt it'll be a long kick down into the forward line here. With Corowa Rutherglen, 1 goal, Wodonga yet to score 5 minutes into the opening term. He gets the lead there by the Wodonga player in Bernie Crothers, but it will be forced out and the throw-in will take place.
Mackenzie's on the ground there.
Player injured there.
Not getting up, that's Brett Mackenzie, and he's a player Corowa Rutherglen certainly need.
Yes,
he's in a bit of trouble too. He's
a big, tall player. They need Mackenzie into action, and no doubt he'll get up. But here's Bartlett now getting the handball across here to Spencer. But Spencer's been forced out, and we'll see what the umpire does. It'll be a throw-in. So this is the 1992 Grand Final, Corowa Rutherglen and Wodonga. And Wodonga have the wind advantage in the opening quarter. It's knocked away by Lyon, picked up here by Kingston. He couldn't get his kick over the neck, and a free kick will take place here for the Corowa Rutherglen side.
He's in trouble, Mackenzie. They're calling for the stretcher, so I believe Corowa can ill afford to lose him.
He's tried a couple of times to get up, but he certainly looks groggy, or he's suffered some sort of injury.
Well, at least he's up, and that's something. Let's hope that he is all right for Corowa, but he's certainly very, very groggy. There's no doubt about that. There's the kick by the Corowa side. It's been picked up here by Graham Cordy for Wodonga. Big kick down into full forward line. Getting under it was Mark Stockdale. He couldn't take it, but he's got it now. Running into open goal is Stockdale, and the opening goal for the Bulldogs. No problem for Stockdale, and a good effort there by probably one of the better full forwards in the league, Merv.
Yes, undoubtedly, probably the best full forward in the competition, save John Henry from Wangaratta, but a good opportunity goal in that instance by Stockdale, and he's going to be a very, very dangerous player if we watch that on replay. He's a tall player, Stockdale. He's going to cause Corowa a fair bit of trouble, especially as Mackenzie, as we see, come off the ground.
That's bad news for Corowa Rutherglen, and the score's tied up at 1 goal each.
Young Palabisky, sorry Matt to butt in there, but young Palabisky just warming up to go on.
Simon Palabisky, young fella, and a big job for him. Probably getting a run a bit quicker than he expected. Ball's back in the centre with umpire Mark Phillips. There's the bounce. Murphy against Kingston. Again, it favours Murphy. Taps it forward, but it's punched forward again by Carl Dickens. Comes to ground. Dalgleish, who's been prominent, gets a handball out, but it's Ainsworth who's got the chance to clear for Wodonga. He does so out to the wing, where Boxer McGee leads in the chase for the ball. Hotly pursued. And the throw-in will be affected on the centre wing. That was David Barkley following McGee over the boundary line there. There's a throw-in. Crothers against Lane. Lane gets it forward. Giroux there, so is Bartlett. Bartlett smothered kick off the boot. Towards the boundary line, Atkins, who takes it over the boundary line. Mick Atkins, another prime mover for Wodonga, and a player who certainly they'll need to be firing today.
Yes, well, Bartlett's got some blood on the nose there, calling for the trainer to come out. As there's the ruck work by Crothers and also Lane. It's been picked up here and across to Vinnie Glass, is doing well in the opening moments here. For the Wodonga side, it's Craig Cleary. He couldn't pick the ball up. Coming in strongly for the Wodonga side. McGuinness. And McGuinness has got a lead out, and a good one too has been taken by the full forward in Mark Stockdale. So the fullback in Forge has got his hands full here. But Stockdale, being about 30-odd metres out, should have no problem in putting this through with the wind behind him. And this will give Wodonga their second goal. We've played about 10 minutes into the 92 Grand Final. Here's Stockdale now, coming in, number 10 for the Wodonga side. There's his kick. Looks pretty accurate from here. The umpire's right under it. Full points for the Wodonga side. 2 goals to Stockdale.
Really misses Mark Stockdale.
Well, as I said earlier, boys, he's going to be a very, very dangerous player. He's a big, tall player. He leads quickly as we watch this replay, and there he is. He's probably, 2 or 3 metres in front of his Corowa Rutherglen opponent at this point of time. And as I said, he's a player that they've really got to watch. And with Mackenzie off the ground at the present time, it's a big, tall order for young, who's that on him now? Dennis Sanders, was it?
Brett Forge, I think.
Brett Forge, yes, that's right.
Well, Merv, Wodonga, of course, with 10 minutes gone, they've got to get these goals on the board because there is a big wind advantage going down to...
Well, it's an interesting move here, Gavin, in the fact that Wodonga have put Murphy down in the forward line, resting in the square, and Carruthers, who has come into the side, into the ruck, as we see Murphy now chasing young Palaviski and was able to run away from him. A bit of youth there, a bit of legs there.
Yes, well, a free kick should be picked up here by Daryl Spencer for the Corowa Glen side. And Spencer now looking for a lead up on the centre wing. No problems at all there. And, OK, well, he gets a lead across here into the centre wing. Silvestro will get the handball from Bartlett. Silvestro across here to the Corowa Glen player, Francis, as his kick goes down towards the half-forward flank, but couldn't take the mark. It's running out here towards the centre wing. And that's Ainsworth clearing the ball away for the Wodonga side. It's Dickens coming in hard for the Corowa Glen side. Glass gets a handball out to Ainsworth. Ainsworth here to Boxer McGee. Boxer's been on the Wodonga side for many years. He's looking for a lead down forward, but his kick is a strain. It'll go out of bounds on the half-forward flank for Wodonga. OK, it's out on the half-forward flank here for Wodonga. They're into the attacking zone once again. They need goals in the opening term here. And it's Wodonga 2 goals, lead Corowa Glen 1 goal at this stage. There's the ruckman in action. It's kicked away by Corowa Glen in defence and will roll out again for another throw-in.
Just a little bit concerned for Corowa Glen's sake that they've got to try and get Mackenzie back on the ground. As I said earlier, just looking at that match-up down there with real danger for Corowa. Murphy sitting in the square and the young Palaviski sitting on him. He's about 5'11" as he gets 6'4".
Well, Silvestro got the ball away there to Kingston, who clears for Corowa Glen, and it's almost straight to Dalglish, but he drops it. This gives Atkins a chance. Atkins with a short pass to Stockdale, and he's taken the mark. And it looks a little ominous for Corowa Glen that Stockdale was playing this well this early. Because
well, as I said, Matt, they've got 2 options. That's the problem now for Corowa. They've got to try and get Mackenzie back quickly so that they can stop that option, because they can either bomb it into Murphy or chip kick it into Stockdale, which they're doing.
Be interesting to see what sort of injury he's sustained, because if they can get him back on the ground, they certainly will. Here's Stockdale. Kicked 10 goals against the Ovens and Murray a couple of years ago. He's put it through for 1 behind, so the score is 2 goals, 1, 13 Wodonga, leading Corowa Glen 1 straight goal, 6 points. And Forge will take the kick out, kicking into quite a stiff breeze. It's a good kick of the ball, former Rennie player, and the Hoppers won the Green League Premiership this year.
Gavin and Matt, I think that Ernie Whitehead, the Wodonga coach, would like to be 6 or 7 goals in front at quarter time, allowing Corowa Glen to play catch-up footy from thereafter, because, as I said, this breeze is pretty strong. As you can see, the kicks are holding up.
Well, there's O'Donoghue looking for the lead from Gaither, but Wodonga strong in defence here. It's right in the centre of the ground, a scramble of players, and the umpire will come in and bounce the ball. 13 plays 6 now. We've played about 13 minutes in the opening term of the 1992 Grand Final between Corowa Glen and Wodonga in the Ovens and Murray Football League. There's the tap out by the Corowa player, but Glass coming through strongly, gets the ball out here to the red-headed player for Wodonga in Jason Reid. It was Jason Reid, out and out of Bartlett though. Strong player is Bartlett, but he's been collected by the Wodonga players. There's a handball downfield. Coming in strongly there was Kingston. He couldn't pick up the ball. It's picked up by now number 10 for the Corowa Glen side in Tony Gaither. His handball across down towards centre half forward. Wayman flies high but couldn't take the mark. A good effort though by Wayman. It's a chance here for Corowa Glen. Ainsworth playing strong play in defence. He gets in hard as Ainsworth. Then Glass has got it. He's put a hand mess and he's holding the ball against Glass. And
good decision by umpire Mark Phillips. That was an excellent decision. The Glass had an option and didn't advise to take it, and was penalised appropriately.
Well, Carl Dickens will take the kick for Corowa Glen. Kicks to centre half forward. Houlihan's there. And I think they'll pay a push. I'd like to pay the advantage, and it's Boxer McGee who'll kick Wodonga out of the danger zone. Looking for Jason Reid. He manages to get possession on the forward flank and centres a kick. He's been taken over the boundary line.
Out on the full, I think, Matt.
The whistle's gone, and it'll be paid out on the full. No, it'll be.
No, it was out when he. Obviously,
when he kicked it.
Out when he kicked it. I thought he was looking a little bit close to the brickwork there, so obviously that was the case.
Boundary umpire Jeff Curtis.
Himself a veteran of a few grand finals. Whistle's gone again, and it's going to be a Corowa Glen free kick.
What for? I don't know.
No, it's
Well, we're on the far side of the ground here from our commentary box, but it'll go back out there to the Corowa Glen defender. and they're defending quite well at this stage. Wodonga halfway through this quarter, they're only 13 points to 6, so they'll have to do a lot better than that. That's O'Donoghue, of course, who Corowa will be looking for a big game from today. It's been knocked out, and the throw-in will take place on the centre wing here at the Lavington Sports Oval. We estimate about 6,000 to perhaps 7,000 people here on this game this afternoon. The ground condition is in excellent shape after the wet weather that we've had. Now here's the Wodonga player getting a handball out there, was number 35 Darren Turner, and picked up by Bartlett for the Corowa Rutherglen side. It's cleared down to here on centre half forward. Gaither gets the knockout but goes into Glass, is getting plenty of kicks in the centre. There's Vin Glass looking for young Reid out there on the half forward flank. Reid's got plenty of pace, still running with the ball, trying to pick it up. He does so, but is caught by the leg, and that's good play by Reid. He was playing the ball all the way, and he'll pick up the free kick there. He was legged by the Corowa Rutherglen player. So Reid now looking for Stockdale. No, Big Murphy's there in the middle of the pack. He nearly no, he's been upset there by another player in Brendan Smith, but it will be cleared again by the Corowa Rutherglen side, and a mark here will take place by number 5, Spencer. And it's Spencer there, out to Sandrell. Sandrell looking for Gaither. Gaither gets one across the head. He was unlucky not to get a free there, I would have thought, but not paid, and will be cleared by Wodonga once again, and this time it was Darren Turner. There's Boxer trying to pick up the ball. It's come out here to Mick Atkins, and Mick Atkins has still got the run of the ball, trying to pick it up. Another good handball to Boxer McGee. Goes down towards the forward line towards Murphy. Murphy couldn't get the run of the ball. There's Stockdale, but it will be cleared by Corowa Rutherglen. Good handball by Lyon here, and this is the Corowa Rutherglen player. It's a poor kick though. Silvestro it was, and now it's picked up by O'Donoghue for the Corowa Rutherglen side. It's out on centre wing. And we've got the Wodonga player here in Michael Garvey. He will have a clearing kick out towards the half-forward line. It's been marked by number 44 for Wodonga, Jason Reid. And
Reid chips this ball in, and, yep, he's found Adrian Whitehead.
Excellent mark by the young boy then.
It was.
Ordered in with a real slips catch, and he's a very, very good prospect.
Certainly
he was the Upton Murray Rookie of the Year, and you know, I know that a couple of AFL clubs are chasing this boy, and here's a chance for him to allow Wodonga to go further ahead. But I don't think Wodonga would be too pleased at the moment. The fact is that we see now, as you mentioned, Brett McKenzie with a bit of claret over him, getting ready to come back on. I think this is a good move and a very comforting move for Corowa Rutherglen to bring him on. But as we look now, Whitehead had that shot and unfortunately missed for Wodonga. And as I said, I think Wodonga would be a little bit disappointed in that they haven't got a few more goals on the board at this point of time.
Forwards a chance now to clear for Corowa Rutherglen. Big kick out beyond the 50, holding up in the wind just a little bit. O'Donoghue's there, and he punches the ball backwards. Gives it a chance for Spencer to run onto the ball, but he's being hotly pursued by Whitehead. Spencer wins possession. Kicks to the half-forward flank, hugging the boundary line. Garvey's there, punches it on and over the boundary line. So certainly the...
Matthew, I would think that Wodonga certainly aren't doing enough at this stage. We've got about 20 minutes played, and they've only had 14 points on the board, so they've certainly got to do a lot more attacking, as people can probably hear the wind. It's very, very strong, and a big advantage to the Bulldogs in this first quarter.
Silvestro's kick up to centre half forward. Gives Dickens a chance, but he's caught. But he manages to get the ball out to Bartlett. Bartlett with a chance. Kicks to Wayman. Wayman's there, and he's taken the grab. Good mark, Travis Wayman. Came to the fore last week against Wangaratta Rovers in the dying stages.
It's a good move by Corowa Rutherglen coming in from that side too, because the wind seems to be favouring the pocket to which the opposite to which Wayman is playing, and he's a fairly tall boy, Wayman. So if they keep coming in that pocket, but that's a fairly ordinary kick from him, and he's just managed to sneak it through for a point.
Which makes the scores 2 goals 2, 14, playing 1 goal 1, 7 points. Atkins will take the kick out for Wodonga. Also played in their 1989 grand final side, which lost to Yarrawonga. Atkins a big kick to centre half back. Crothers is there. So's Lane. McGee the chance to run onto the ball, but Kingston's also there. Desperately hitting the ball out. Finally it's Glass. Gets the handball out to Cordy. Cordy kicks to centre half forward. Cleary's there and takes a strong grab. But gets a handball on to Sean Coughlin. Coughlin inside 50, has put it out on the full.
Well, they're certainly not making the most of their opportunities, Wodonga, at this stage. They've got to get a move on at 2-2 to 1-1 in this opening quarter. Of course, down the other end, it's very difficult with the wind swirling around down the other end to line up those goals that Wayman did miss. But there's the knockout by Big Lane there for the Corowa side. Has been a good player for them in the finals, and he was able to clear the ball and out of bounds it will go. So it's on about the 50-metre mark on the half-forward flank for the Wodonga Bulldogs. Unfortunately, they've lost the thirds end, the reserve so far, so they'll be looking to win the big one as Bartlett gets a clearing kick down towards the centre of the ground. Gaffer's under the ball, couldn't take the mark, but comes through strongly to pick up, looking for a handball. It's a kick that will go across here to the Corowa side, but will be picked up by Garvey for Wodonga, looking for a handball across here to the player for Wodonga and Atkins. But it's been picked up superbly by Silvestro. Big lead by Houlihan here, and also Wayman under the ball, but it will be cleared by Wodonga in defence. He's dropped the ball at the vital, so here's a chance for Corowa, but good defence by Wodonga, and they'll clear the ball out towards centre wing, and getting under them to take a strong mark for them was Sean Coghlan, and he will be paid the mark.
Gavin, an interesting matchup. Brendan Smith, B. Smith, has come into the side for Wodonga, and he's picking up Mark Durier, and not Mark Durier, sorry, he's picking up Mark O'Donoghue, and this is allowing...
Here's a chance here for Merv. It's young Reid, but his left footer is astray, and their disposal towards goal hasn't been the best, but Big Murphy showing a lot of agility here. Great play by Murphy, gets the ball out, and a chance here still for the Wodonga side, and he's been met very, very heavily. Dropping the ball, says the umpire. He lets the advantage play. A poor kick out, but it'll roll out on the centre wing here and out of bounds.
Well, already Mark O'Donoghue certainly made himself prominent in defence. He's winning a lot of possessions out of there.
Well, as I said, Matt, he's being picked up by B. Smith, which is allowing Vin Glass to run a little bit loose, and the other player who's creating a bit of problem for Wodonga at this point of time is Bartlett.
Certainly two of Corowa Glen's most experienced campaigners. The ball at centre half forward for Wodonga, and the Bulldogs trying desperately to get a score on the board. Finally Reid comes out, but it's going to be cleared away by Spencer for Corowa Glen. Looking to Kingston. Dickens is going to run onto the ball for Corowa Glen. Dickens kicks, but there's no... Well, there is someone home. I was going to say there's no one home, but Houlihan made a lot of ground there and has claimed the mark.
You reckon that was a catch?
Well, it was pretty close, but the umpire was right there, so he's paid it.
I wouldn't have walked.
I thought it was kicked in no man's land, but Houlihan certainly put those legs into action and took a good diving mark as the umpire saw it. You'll have to kick from about 45 out, and against this breeze, it's a fairly tall order.
Yeah, swirling wind down there, and it is a difficult shot. Has been shown in the earlier games, but Houlihan is a good kick for goal. We'll just see what he can do. There's his right foot. It is off direction here, but it's been marked very strongly by the Wodonga player there. And
40.
Of course that was
40. He's playing quite well
big
too,
Cordy. So a good mark by Graham Cordy, but his kick's a bit astray, but the Corowa Glen player couldn't pick it up, and Jurier, but it comes out here to Silvestro. Jurier showing a few legs here, gets up, but the ball will be forced out on the half-forward flank for the Corowa Glen side.
Gavin, just to interrupt you for a second, Bevan Cox is still down here on the boundary line. He's been warming up. He might come on to replace Crothers perhaps later in this quarter.
Dick, can you find out the injury and the extent of the injury to Mackenzie?
Well, Mackenzie also stood up a minute ago. Of course, he's got a fair bit of blood on the jumper, but he could be coming back fairly soon as well. He doesn't look as bad as when he first came off.
Okay.
Jim Silvestro's got a free kick here, which he'll take from the 50-metre line, and the chance to put the Roos right into attack. Captain Coach goes to play on, made the angle a little harder, but he gets a handball over to Dickens. Dickens puts the ball on the boot, across the face of goal.
A great mark. No, he hasn't paid it. The umpire did not pay that. From here, Merv, it looked like a mark to the Corowa Glen player.
Well, he's fairly adamant that it was touched. He's gesturing now, umpire Mark Phillips, it was touched, but from here, it definitely looked like a mark.
There's a throw-in. Players throwing themselves on the ball. Mark Phillips says he'll take it and ball it up.
This is a good chance for Corowa again against the wind, and they've done very well in this opening term because Wodonga's only 7 points in front. And with only about 5 minutes to go, a goal here would be very handy indeed. There's a clearing kick that's been smothered, but running it out in defence for the Wodonga side, and will be picked up by Boxer McGee now. The big left foot going down towards centre half forward. Sandrill's under it. Really a one-hander by Sandrill, but it's fallen into the hands of Coghlan. Coghlan should be able to kick a goal from here, and it's off direction. That's a shocker by Coghlan. He had all the time in the world, about 30 metres out, and that's what they've done, Merv. They really, their disposal in the forward line, except for perhaps Stockdale, has been pretty ordinary.
Well, you're right, Gavin. I mean, these that for instance, a missed goal like that could prove fairly costly, especially in the grand final.
Over on the back flank. The ball's coming out. Corowa Glen defence trying desperately to get the ball out of the danger zone. It's an interesting matchup, that one, at centre-half forward and centre-half back with Sean Coglan and Dennis Sandrell, because there's quite a few games difference between those two players and experience. But certainly should be an entertaining tussle today. As umpire Wright throws the ball up. Punch forward for Wodonga, but it's going to be Corowa Glen who'll clear through Dickens. But the ball spills to Turner. Turner with a handball out. And well tackled as Darryl Spencer, but he's going to get the free kick because the umpire's ruled he hasn't had the ball.
Around the neck, I think.
Around the neck, yeah, over the shoulder.
Yeah, good decision by Russell.
So Spencer, it's just after centre-half back, kicks into the middle of the ground. Gafer with a punch over the top. Comes through to Dickens.
He's working hard, young Dickens.
Dickens chips the ball to Wayman on his own. He's got the chance to play on. Centering kick, he's gone straight for the goals. Could go through.
Great mark, a fabulous mark in defence by the Wodonga player there. Gets it out to Garvey, and Garvey will clear away. That was a terrific mark down there at the full-back position.
Well, actually, I was watch Wayman. He'd already had the stamp on it and posted it. It was a goal as far as he was concerned.
Okay, comes out here now to Vin Glass, looking for the left-handed
McGuinness
handball
there.
across to McGuinness down towards Murphy. Murphy's under it, can't take the mark. They're playing strong defence, Corowa, and holding the man. So Corowa get the free, but they are playing very well in defence. There's no doubt about that at this stage.
Doing a very good job, this 19-year-old player, Simon Pelobinski. I thought that Murphy would be too strong for him, but he's sticking to his task extremely well.
Well, there's Bartlett, who's going to kick a number of possessions today. He's always a top player, is Bartlett. But here's a chance now for Wodonga. Number 31 coming in, Coglan again. And this time he's accurate. No problem at all for Coglan. Makes up for the mistake earlier on. And there's the third goal on the board for Wodonga. But gee whiz, do they need them. 3-3 plays 1-1. So it's only a 14-point advantage move with about a few minutes left in this opening term.
Well, I would suggest, and quite rightly so, that Wodonga have had probably 60 or 70%, much more of the play than Corowa, but they haven't been able to convert. And with this 4 or 5 goal win, it's probably a 5-goal win, I'd say that Ernie Whitehead, the Wodonga coach, would be a little bit concerned.
Back in the centre now, Crothers to take on Kingston in the ruck. There's the bounce, and it's Dickens who'll punch the ball forward for Corowa Glen. Wayman's there again, but it's Atkins who's got the chance to clear for the Bulldogs. Oh, poor hand pass. Cordy's still a chance to clear for the Bulldogs. Shrugs off a tackle, and the umpire rules it was too high. Gets it out to Garvey. Garvey kicks to centre wing for Wodonga. The ball up high towards the boundary line. Smith in pursuit. Keeps it in play. Comes out to Crothers again. Crothers kicks the Bulldogs into attack. Sandrell's there, almost takes a one-handed mark. Trying desperately to punch the ball away. Kicked forward into the Wodonga forward line, and Palibisky's the only one home, so he's got the chance to clear for the Roos. Does so well, gets a handball out to Francis. Scott Francis from the back pocket. Kicks to centre half back. Sandrell's there, can't mark. Comes to ground to Dickens, he can't get it either. It's Whitehead who gets it out to Glass. Glass goes for a run, has a bounce inside 50. And with the wind at his back, he puts it on the boot and has put it through for one behind. So a little bit of inaccuracy there too, although it was from a fair way out. And Wodonga go to 3 goals for 22. Corowa Glen 1 goal, 7 points.
It's been an interesting quarter, hasn't it? I think some good players, on-ball players for Corowa so far. Dickens is doing a very, very good job out of the centre. Also Bartlett, and I'm amazed that Palibisky is doing such a good job on Murphy. He's doing an excellent job.
He certainly has since he came on the ground. There's McGee. McGee centres the ball, looking for Stockdale. Oh, but well intercepted there by the Corowa Glen defence. Kicks out to the back flank, where Murphy almost he has taken the whistles have all gone.
A bit doubtful, but he put the hand up and he got the nod from the umpire and got the mark. And there's Glass, who's been a very good player in the first quarter for Wodonga. He was pushed in the back. The siren's gone, but he's about 50 metres out. And an opportunity, and they badly need this goal. Wodonga are 3-4-22 to 1-1-7. The siren's gone, but Glass about 50 metres out. He's on the left foot here with a wind advantage, has a big chance to put this through. And this is a goal that Wodonga badly need because they really haven't done enough, I don't think, in this first quarter with the wind. Now here's Glass. There's his kick. It's a beautiful kick too. It's looking good from this stage. No, it didn't make the distance, and no score applies there. But a good effort by Glass, probably one of Wodonga's better players in the opening term. Now the score at quarter time in the O&M Grand Final, Wodonga 3-4-22, Corowa Rutherglen 1-1.
There's the bounce for the start of the second quarter. Murphy wins the tap, but it's Duray who comes through for Corowa Rutherglen, trying to drive them forward. Comes to ground again. There's a lot of desperation in there. Reid tries to get his kick out, can't do so. Finally comes to Kingston, who drives Corowa Rutherglen into attack with a long torpedo kick. Just going to go right into the goal, near the goal square. Houlihan's there, trying to keep it in play. Turner comes over the top.
That's holding the ball.
And the umpire's ruled.
He was gone the other way.
Back.
Dear.
So David Turner will take the kick in the back pocket for the Wodonga Bulldogs. Turner looking for his options further afield. Sees Cleary and Murphy. No mark taken, punched forward. Gives Whitehead the chance. Whitehead gets the ball back to Atkins. Atkins up along the boundary line. Glass is waiting there. But it's Bartlett who takes front position. Comes to Lane. Lane gets a handball to O'Donoghue. Back to Lane. Lane finally gets a handball away to Spencer. Spencer on to Kingston. Kingston gets around one player. Gets the ball onto his boot. It's a centre-half forward. Goes over Duray's head. Silvestro there trying to get possession. Gives Gafer a chance. Gafer almost caught, but he gets the ball onto Dalglish, who can't quite take the possession. Oh, Nugent grabbed too high and will take the free kick. And Nick Coe, what did Ernie Whitehead have to say at the quarter-time break?
Well, surprisingly, Matthew was very happy with the way his players were going, even though they had the aid of probably a 4-goal breeze and only kicked 3. He said he was very happy with the way they were playing a run-on game, especially in the second half of that quarter. So no worries yet at Wodonga.
So the Bulldogs maintaining a positive outlook.
That's right, they are.
As Corowa Rutherglen go into attack.
Okay, we've got Corowa. They've got the aid of the breeze in the second term, and Wodonga lead at the moment 3-4-22 to Corowa Rutherglen 1-1-7. And there's the clearing kick to Boxer McGee. Boxer's been quite prominent in the opening part of this game. He's looking for an option up there in the centre-half forward position. And the big players fly there for the ball, picked up by the Corowa Rutherglen side, but it'll be cleared here by Reid for Wodonga. And a good diving mark has been taken in defence here by the Corowa Rutherglen player in Fords, the fullback for the Corowa Rutherglen side. So Ford's there, and with the aid of the wind, it's a big kick down towards Gaither, but he couldn't take the mark, and a strong grab has been taken, of course, by the captain of the Wodonga side, and Murphy. Murphy gets the ball across here to Nick Atkins. Atkins down towards Cleary. Cleary shuts his opponent out. Good, strong play here by the Wodonga player, and of course that was Jason McInnes, and Jason McInnes gets the lead from the player in Codler. Centre-half forward for the Wodonga side. McInnes, good, strong play. As he gets it to Coghlan, he's about... Well, he'd be on the 50-metre mark here. Swirling wind against the wind for the Wodonga side. Number 31, there's Coghlan's kick, but it'll go right across, as most players have been doing with their kicks against the wind here today.